Hello and welcome back to another one of my Arknights merchandise videos. And today we just got one of our parcels from Superbuy, one of our, or basically a sponsor of this video. So Superbuy is sponsoring this video, just to give a heads up on that part. And I am going to open this on stream with my trusty packing knife. So there we go. Superbuy is sponsoring this video, but everything inside is purchased by myself. I paid my own shipping and everything, and there you go. So we have a little Nyan Bean that's going to be helping us with this unboxing, and we have some fun stuff for today. I already cut out all the labels, but as you can see, I did pay for plastic wrapping around the box, so it's moisture proofed, I believe anyway. And they did put a lot of tape and everything around the box. So hopefully and I believe it did protect it more. I used the shipping method I don't normally use, which is the duty-free. And as you may have seen on the side of the box, it's because there's batteries in here. So I got stuff that... that part. So I got stuff... Uh-oh. Does not look good. Alright, so... this is bubble wrap. Alright, first item. Fragile. Leave that aside. This does not look good. Let's take this item out. Second item. That is our Originium Prime. That was supposed to be more of an unboxing in secret, but it looks to be a little rough, doesn't it? This card has seen better days. I'm not sure if this happened with Superbuy, if this happened in some other point. So one quick note, if you remember from my previous video, I talked about my experience with the pin box set. This was also restocked at the same time as the pins, so it's very possible that this was a return, and hence it looks like a dog chewed through this. So I'm not sure how that went. USB cable. Not actually sure there's anything else in here. There should be something else in here. Maybe not. Thought there was something more in there, but maybe not. I guess USB cable and instructions go here. The base and the Originium Prime. I guess that's okay. All right, so for fear of everything falling over and toppling over, let's move this away. And so the packaging was quite good, I would say. Not upset about it or anything. I have had issues in the past where they did use some very thin cardboard boxes, but this time it seems to have been double layered, or at least, yeah, it seems to have been double layered, and the plastic helped keep everything together, so that was nice to see. And here we go. So you do see that they individually wrapped everything, so that's very nice. Could have used wrapping on this, because it seems like it opened in transit, but otherwise the other items were wrapped, packaged. I feel bubble wrap in here, so that's always a good sign. And so this item was a pain in the ass to get. This is the Originium Prime weather bottle. So you can see here is the whole thing. And how this works is I didn't know these existed, and I don't know. I was surprised to find out that they weren't more common, but everything's falling over. This is a weather bottle, and what that means is that apparently, based on the weather, it changes the composition inside. That's cool, and it's actually was snowing today, and it looks like it's snowing here. That's really cool. I don't know what the other forms are. I'd have to look it up, but it seems like a really neat little thing. This was an absolute horror show to try and import, because the liquid inside, and because there's a battery, I guess, inside, because it does glow apparently, except I don't think this is a long enough USB cable to be able to show that, but so don't know where I'd be going with this. I guess this is more on hypergraph. Like, it can't be that expensive to get a USB cable. So, um, here we go. I don't know if it's supposed to light up or anything. Ah, there we go. There we go. Very nice and neat. Uh, there. Got it all set up. So that's one item. This one, because of the liquid, because of the batteries, it was a real pain to ship. That being said, Superbuy was extremely helpful with me for getting this shipped over to Canada. They gave me some recommendations. Even the first time I tried to ship it using EMS refused it after I had already paid shipping, and Superbuy was kind enough to refund the shipping. So there you go. I managed to get this finally in. Was it worth it? you guys, you guys decide if this was worth the trouble to get in. I also don't know what's happening on the top here. Looks like it's misformed or something. I don't know if that's intentional, but there we go. You guys tell me if this was worth it. Now we've got some other fun goodies. As you can see, this was bubble wrapped, and they do this a lot with the more fragile items. I don't know why this was not considered fragile, but um, I think they should have, but that's okay. So this is bubble wrapped and then wrapped by Superbuy, so you'll have their label all over it. There you go, fun little wrap. These are so this came out and was posted in December. We have our Best Girl Saga. This came out and was posted in December and was basically up for order immediately. I don't know if they meant to put a pre-order for this and they forgot, because usually these types and series of figures, they do have a pre-order period and then they release them later and ship them out later. But this one, as far as I saw, I never saw a pre-order for them unless I was just mistaken. I didn't see any second payment requests come up for this either. So these are the Kotatsu series. And so if you purchase these individually, you'll get a blind box like this. You get one of the characters inside. I don't know who's in here. They are sealed. You have to rip them open. The last time I bought a set of 6 like this was just for the saga, and she is somewhere. So maybe, possibly. I don't know where she is. She's somewhere. Okay. So let's open one of these up. Bubble wrap inside. So this one's nice and protected. This looks like an Amiya. There is plastic everywhere. Plastic absolutely everywhere. So this is Amiya. Oh, I guess it would have said on the card too. I guess that's what this meant. I absolutely manhandled this one. And here we got Sora. There's a ridiculous amount of packaging here. There is just so much packaging here. This is unreal. There's bubble wrap and packaging everywhere. Oh my god. The plastic is so tight. Guess I'll rip it. I don't want to damage the figure either. That would not be fun. There we go. Here's the Sora. See their little tails, they poke out. Alright, let's bet it's gonna be Pingu. And I was right. There we go, we got Emperor in all his glory here. This one was a lot easier to get out. This one is a bigger figure. Emperor on a Kotatsu, branded by Hypergrip. So there we go. That's another one. I will fully unpack these at some point. Probably recycle everything. I think this is too much packaging, honestly, but this is not on Superbuy, obviously. This is on Hypergrip. This is Exu. So, especially since I imagine most people are buying these as a set. Like, I can't imagine people ordering these individually. I don't know. Maybe leave a comment. Tell me if I'm wrong. There's Exu. Nice and warm. Exu. Their wings. Very nicely done. I think these are super fun. These were not terribly expensive. These were, I want to say, 300 Chinese yuan for the set. It's about $5 per 1 Chinese yuan. About 60 bucks for 6 very well handmade little Kotatsu figures. And apparently, and I believe this is Series 2. I don't even remember seeing Series 1 personally, but maybe I just wasn't that interested in the characters that were available in it. I'm sure it did exist. Now we've got Texas. Sleepy Texas. Tail. And last one, that should be the Croissant. So it was easier to open at least. You can see the visor, tail, ponytail, horns, very well. I think these are super well made personally. And the fact that they actually shipped that fast was amazing because nothing ships that fast. I'm still waiting for parcels from. I have a bunch of Arknights merchandise coming from Japan, and it still hasn't arrived. So I don't know. Maybe it's lost and I'm screwed, but we'll find out. we'll find out, and I hope that's not the case. But yeah. So put these back. I'll take these out later fully. There you go. If you're at all interested in this, I purchased them through Superbuy, and I've always admired their customer service and their ability to make things right. The one time I got packages that were damaged, they helped me out. Actually, recently I ordered something. It turned out to be fake, and they actually reimbursed me. So that was amazing on their part. There's another piece. And last and definitely not least, I had been waiting for this because I pre-ordered this. I pre-ordered these a long time ago. I think it's been about 6 months since I originally pre-ordered these, so yeah, it's been some time. And if you remember from the last video I posted, this box should look a bit familiar to you. because this is from the mini series or of medium figures. They call them minis, but they're not nearly as small as the Kotatsu series. I believe that the recent Nami figures that they put on the English Hyper Yostar store should be about the same size as these. So, if you're interested at all, I did order the Nami figures as well. They looked too adorable, especially the sculptor. The nice part is they finally started putting background stands on them. So let's open the Mumu Gang. So we have Mumu Gang, we've got Silence, and we've got Lukoa. And so what they finally started doing is, if you remember from the Ling, and the Saga demonstration, everything, is that they didn't have backgrounds on them in the past. And now they finally started doing background. So these come in by default now, but if you were recently, they actually put up a sale, and I actually just paid the second part of it, a sale so that you can buy backgrounds for Saga, Nian, Dusk, all the OGs. You can get backgrounds for them now. So there you go. I've been looking forward to this because I do like Mumu Gang and Silence. So I prefer OG Silence. Based take, I know. There you go. Down so I get a better angle, but there you go. So you have a background like this. So yeah, I have been looking forward to this set for a while. And this is the first time I'm actually trying. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't break anything. And this is always what happens. I have boxes absolutely everywhere. There we go. Done. I shouldn't need the knife anymore. This one is certainly not damaged by Superbuy, but it seems like this is warped a lot. I'm not sure how much that would impact the safety of the figure. We will look at it very closely in just a second. This is also very scratched. I'm surprised about that. This this doesn't look like it's protective coating either, so this was very, very scratched. Or at least if there is a peel, I don't see it. Hmm. You can probably see that in the lighting like that. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I don't think the other two were nearly that bad. I'm not sure what happened with this one. I believe the. And if you're wondering, I do keep the boxes for just about everything. So, just about everything. Let's see. This has some scratches, but it's not bad at all. You can see a little bit of A little bit of scuffing on the top, but it's really not that bad. The top part of the silence one is fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. I don't like how these fit in, but that's... I'll keep my mouth shut and just deal with it. I don't know if you can see that, but where I'm pushing it in, it seems like it's not well fit. So what's happening is that some of the plastic is scraping off. Shouldn't be an issue, but it's hard to get this pushed in. As you can see, it's not pushing in very well, and some of the plastic here is scraping off. Oh, there is a protective coating on this one. Ah, maybe there is. Let me double check. I might have to retract everything I just said. Voila. Oh, that's much cleaner. Okay, let's see if we can get it off on the bottom. Didn't look like there was one, but I guess there is. Hmm. Man, now I feel like Linus Tech Tips. Except I didn't go the whole review without realizing. All right. Okay, so there is a protective coating on the bottom. I'll just try and get it off on the top. It was not terribly obvious, let's put it that way. Oh, wow. Okay, I retract everything I said just before. This is fine. There's no damage. Guess there's some on the back too. I wonder why they needed protective coating. I mean, it's true, they are pushed up against each other in shipping, so I don't disagree with the use of it. If only it was easier to take off. Not easy. All right, front and back. Guessing these are acrylic standees. And there we go, that fits in. It's still not that easy to fit in. It's still a little lopsided, but anyway. At least it's not scratched. This was not terribly obvious that there was... I don't know, should I just assume that there's always... I don't know. Like a little sticker, peel me. Is it in Chinese because it's from the Chinese store? I don't know. Well, personally, I think they should honestly bring all this to the global store as well. I don't see any reason why you can't list it from the global store because the global store ships from China anyway. So, in my opinion, all of this stuff should be on the global store too because they can just list it at the same time and have it shipped out at the same time. And that would make the most sense to me. But apparently, that's not an opinion shared at Hypergriff. So we have to go through our wonderful savior in this case, Superbuy, because they allow me to buy all this stuff for better or for worse. Because I would not have any, I would have barely anything if all I did was order through the global store because we unfortunately don't carry that much. Now with Superbuy around, I can get all of it. And for Japan, I use Tenso. That's not sponsored. That's who I use. I've also used Black Ship. I've used Black Ship and Tenso for Japan. I would say those are the two main ones. This one sits down a lot more clean. The silence one was still a bit tight. But I guess because it was so tight, it's why I noticed this plastic scratching and scraping off when I was trying to put it in. So, yeah. So Superbuy is my go-to, and honestly, so I've used reshippers and middlemen from Taiwan, Taiwan, Singapore, Japan would, and China would be the main ones that I've used. And Superbuy has by far exceeded my expectations. So I've never felt bad about recommending them. So anyone who was on the Discord before, you'll know that I recommended Superbuy even without being an affiliate without having any sponsored videos. I always recommended Superbuy. From all the middlemen, all the services that I've used across the world for middlemen and reshipping services, Superbuy has been by far the best service I've ever used. So I'm generally always happy to recommend them anytime someone is wondering about Arknights merchandise, or I was helping people with other trading card stuff. So Superbuy is who I do go with on any of those recommendations. And they have two methods. You have the middleman method where you submit a link to Taobao or something else where you have the purchase option, or you can have something directly shipped to their warehouse, which is also an option. So if you can purchase it directly, most foreigners will find that ordering off of Taobao directly is not very feasible. They do not like foreigners. To make an Alipay account, which is the only way I can figure out how to pay on that site, you need to submit your foreign passport to them. So, I mean, so it would be very much up to you on how you want to proceed. I think it's just easier to use a middleman. But let's say you have a friend in China and they want to ship you something, you can always have it shipped directly to Superbuy's warehouse as a forwarding option instead of a traditional, or instead of as a middleman. And there we go. Tape phobia is coming into play here. And there we go, all three background stands. Yeah, we have silence. I've always very much enjoyed this series of figures. For the price, I think they're wonderful. Well made, good detail. I like that they added the stands and they haven't increased the price, though they did charge if you wanted to get the stands for figures you already ordered. Don't like that bit, but whatever. So I have the Originium Prime. And my favorite angel, Exu. So obviously these are much smaller, side by side. So they call these the mini series, but they are, I would say, medium sized, not scale models, but medium sized. And there you go, there's the Exu. It's out of the way because I can't focus that close. I find that these were also very well made too. I can't wait to receive and unbox for everybody the Nami series of figures that was available for purchase on the YoStar store. So we'll be getting that at some time. I don't know when that's going to ship. Seeing how none of this stuff ever ships on time, except apparently the Kotatsu series, which was direct purchase, but everything else was always just like I think these took 6 months from pre-order to shipping. So that's always fun. But yeah, as I mentioned on my previous video, I don't know if you watched it or not. If you did, great. If not, then it's just an added reminder that everything takes forever through the Hypergriff official store. And if you don't want to order directly through them, then you are going to be paying heavy markups on anything that you want from that store. So I've seen people offering Nian beans at like 30 something dollars each, and that's more than twice the original price. So if you want yourself a Nian bean or something else, make sure to order it directly through the store, because that's the best place to get one. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll leave some links down in the bottom. If you would like anything from the official Arknights store, I highly recommend using Superbuy. That's who I've been using for years now, and without ever being sponsored, affiliated, anything. They sponsored 2 videos, one for showing and discussing as a promotion, as well as one for unboxing merchandise, which I was receiving anyway. So I had purchased everything here myself. I had paid my own shipping. I paid everything myself. All the merchandise I'm showing is stuff I've purchased, but they are sponsoring this video. I'm not affiliated with Hypergriffin anyway either, so me showing all this merchandise is just because I like it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. I will leave some links down in the description. Please check it out if you want any help or anything. I am on Discord most of the day. So if you need help with ordering anything, I'm always around and ready to help. So there you go. Have a good one.